What's up, people? Another day. My leg's busted. I had to take off work. I forgot. I had like this problem with my leg like a year or two ago. I think it was the same like exact spot. It's like the inner part of your knee. Like towards, like if it's your right leg, it's towards the left side, and it's pretty like bad, and it just like doesn't get better. It takes a really long time to heal. I think it's like a ligament or something, a ligament or a tendon, one of those things, like a something with that. Anyway, so kind of rough. It's hard to get comfortable because of my leg bothering me and shit, but it is what it is, Still getting paid, had sick days and stuff, so had to use them. Unfortunately, didn't really want to use them, but it is what it is. At least, I had the days to use. So, all right. So yesterday we did some work on, and honestly, this part has just been very difficult for me to get through. Just haven't been feeling very great lately. I was getting off my sleeping medicine. This is like day number 5, getting off my sleeping medicine. Trying to cut back on like caffeine and everything. So I kind of like cold turkeyed a lot of stuff, and so I haven't been sleeping great. Just haven't been right. Plus, I haven't like been able to do anything physical, which like I'll rely on to keep my and everything. And haven't been able to go to the gym. Haven't really gone outside just because my leg's jacked up, and just trying to let it heal. I really don't want to walk on it at all. So I just been stuck at the house for like 4 days straight now, and kind of sucks. But it is what it is, So it's just like working on this part of the project. It's a hard part of the project. There's like a lot ahead. Actually, like I handled the multiprocessing though. That's actually like working, which I didn't think it was going to be that easy. But it's a rough patch in the project. We're just really ready to be done with this shit. But anyway, so let's go ahead and to work. So we were debugging the server refactor hang control C issue, right? So as I'm testing multiprocessing, I'm realizing that I'm having this issue with being able to kill the server script, and I figured out why it will not let me like kill the script, and probably because of let's see, not having signal implemented, which basically is like exception handling for processes or something like that. It's like it basically sends a signal to the child process whenever I do Control C from the main process, which should kill the script, and that signal is going to allow it to handle that action, and it like sends the message like, hey, he's trying to kill the main process. That means we need to kill the child process as well. Yeah, so we asked some questions to ChatGPT yesterday, and we asked, is it better to have import signal into main process or use each process? We said have to add it to both, so we're going to do that. So we're going to add signal into the main process and into the child process. So let's go ahead and do that first. So we're going to go over here, post the stream thing that I do. Yeah. So there it is. The main process and okay. Now let's go ahead and open up ChatGPT and bring up our no. It doesn't show my chats from yesterday. Surely it does. No. Oh, so that's why I should probably have been logged in. I thought maybe it's Claude. I could have sworn it would show you your previous chats. Maybe it's because I'm not logged in, but I normally don't log in, and I thought I would normally have access to those chats. I haven't cleared my history or anything. Here we go. No, man, this is So apparently I just wasn't logged in. Oh well. I'll just have to ask it again. It's no big deal. Python multiprocessing signal. When using Python's multiprocessing module, handling signals properly can be tricky due to how child processes are spawned and managed. Here's what you need to know. Signals are process specific. A signal sent to a parent process doesn't automatically propagate to child processes. On Unix-based system, signals are usually handled in the main thread of the process. Okay. Windows does not support POSIX signals like sigterm or sigint in the same way. Okay. Handling signals and multiprocessing. Basic signal handling in the parent process. You can catch signals, for example, sigint for control C in the parent process and then propagate them to child processes. So we need to import signal, and so you do this from the main thread. So we're working from, it's kind of messy at this point. We have a few different files. We have server refactor, then we have client refactor, but then we have client refactor multiprocessing. And it kind of got a little scattered, but that's how it is sometimes. Things get messy. Sometimes that's the way that it goes. You know, I'm not a programmer, so it gets messier. That was really good. So we need to add this to server refactor. That's that word, right? Yeah. So let's go ahead and import this to the main process. So we're going to import signal, and then we need to see signal handler, signum frame, main process OS get PID received signal from PN processes, P terminate. Okay, yeah, so we have to have a target function. That is passed to signal.signal. And I guess I needed to explain this to me a little more. And we put this in the if name is equal to main. So I'll add it, but then we're going to try to understand it a little better. So this is going to be from the main thread, the main process. So we're dealing with multi-threading and multiprocessing. So we got a lot on. So we'll put it inside of the try. And there we go, signal.signal. And I want to write it out because it's my first time using it. It's like taking notes, helps me to remember. Signal.signal, and then we say signal, and I guess this is the actual specific signal. And then we have signal handler. Well, that's the target function, but we don't actually have the target function. So we need to create the target function. Target function. At least I'm pretty sure we do have to create that. Let's see. Okay, so let's finish reading it and then I'll ask it a little more. So when you press Control C, the signal header of the function is executed. It terminates all worker processes using terminate, then waits for them to exit using join. Then waits for them to exit using join. So it doesn't let the main process proceed until the child process. Well, in this case, this is the main process. So wait a second. I thought that sending signal to the child process didn't work. I thought you had to have it in both. But this is saying that terminate will send the sig term to the child processes as well. Oh, okay. Oh, it's okay, I see what's going on here. So this is cool. We're handling each process and you know, we're handling each process here and we're terminating all of them. So these are all the child processes. And it's going to terminate them whenever we do Control C. So whenever this is like an event handler. So when we do SIGINT, which is like Control C, it's going to basically call this function, signal handler. And signal handler just does whatever it does. And in this case, we make it terminate all of the child processes. I don't know what sig term is. What is sig term? I thought, or well, so it doesn't inherently pass to the child processes. Like when you run this, there's nothing inherent about this signal.signal that passes the signal to the child process. It's the fact of calling terminate on the actual child processes itself. And then we say for PM process, we join. So we're waiting for since it's a multi-processed and we could technically just like exit before things get cleaned up. Terminate, but terminate doesn't actually do cleanup. So I'm kind of confused by that. I thought terminate didn't do any cleanup, so why would we use join to wait? Or does it mean like other than what is going on? But terminate is like a hard quit. It doesn't allow you to like clean up. It's like a hard stop. All workers terminated exiting. Okay. And then we do exit 0. Does it mean sys exit 0? Exit 0. Sys exit 0. Is this something else? And like ChatGPT is pretty smart. You don't even have to say this or is this something else. It'll know what I'm talking about, honestly. Okay. So then we have if name's equal to main, we actually call the code. Uh, I'm confused. How would that work when you're doing for P in processes P join? When you just did for P in process P terminate? Does join wait for every other process? Like, well, no, it means from the perspective of the process that you're running. You, from the perspective of the process that you're running, that means wait for that process. So when we're saying for P in process, P join, that means make the process that this is being executed from wait for this P process to finish before this process continues. So I understand that, I think. Okay, and then let's finish reading this. When you press Control C, the signal handler function is executed. It terminates all worker process using terminate, then waits for them to execute using join. Handling signals in child process. If you have the child process to handle signals directly, set up the signal handlers within them. But like that's kind of I like just doing it in one place. I love that sort of thing in programming. Like having things happen once instead of 5 times, 10 times. It's just like it's less room for error. It's less code. It's just better. So we have dev worker, dev handle, sig term. Then we have sig num, and then frame. I don't know what is frame. Pass frame. Let's get PID. Oh, OS get PID. So that's how you get a process ID. os.getPID, does that get the process ID assigned by OS? I mean, obviously it does.
This would be a good time to test the power of my perfect form. Oh, Goku. I've so longed to fight. Don't think for a moment that you're the only one who's changed.
Okay, process get PID, while true, time sleep, simulating work. Okay, I understand all that, I think. So, except for the frame. Why they pass frame to it. Handle sig term. Sig them. What is it? I'm not worried about it. Here, the worker process installs its own sigterm handler. Using set pgrp to isolate process group. So that's set process group. Sometimes signals sent to the parent should also make the parent and its children part of the process group. Okay, import us, import signal. If name is equal to main, set process group. Create new process group. So signals apply to all child processes. So is that simple? So honestly, I think that would be the best. Like that seems like the best solution because it's just one line. Like, you don't have to write anything else. So this would propagate sig int to all child processes of the process this is run from, which would, well, but does that, which would kill each process? Or does it not imply terminate being run or something that would kill the processes? Do you still have to have a target function and signal.signal set up main process? Or could you? Well, I'm guessing, yeah, I'm guessing you would still have to have the signal set up. Let's see. So then sending a signal to the group, OS kill process group, OS get process group ID, OS get process ID. So you're getting the process ID, and then you're getting the process group ID from that ID, and then you're killing the process group with the sig term signal. This will terminate all processes in there. Okay, I'm confused by this. This kind of got a little complicated like all of a sudden. This will terminate all processes in the group. Summary: handle signals in the main process to manage worker processes properly. Your child processes need signal handling. Install handlers inside them. So they need signal handling. Install handlers inside them. Use terminate to clean up child process. Stopping. Use said group and kill this group to send signals to a process group if needed. Yeah, okay. So sig term is short for signal terminate, which is a standard Unix signal, number 15. Wait, in Unix? But so does that work on Windows? Used to ask a process to terminate gracefully. It is different from sig kill, which forcefully kills a process, because so sig term is signal terminate. So as a process terminate gracefully. It's different from sig kill, which forcefully kills a process, because sig term allows the got it. Sig term allows the process to catch the signal and perform cleanup before exiting. Allows the process to catch the signal and perform cleanup before exiting. Terminate. Do cleanup. Why use join? Terminate does not allow the process to clean up by default. It immediately stops the process. However, join ensures that the process is properly reaped. Okay. Gotcha. So it like gives it time to actually terminate. Otherwise, maybe like it wouldn't actually terminate. Like not completely when you if you didn't do a join first to allow that to process it. Process properly reaped. The parent process doesn't continue execution before the child fully exits. If cleanup is needed, use terminate only when necessary. Or design your worker to handle sig term instead of killing it forcefully. Okay. To allow cleanup, use sig term and handle it in the worker. So claims need to turn it when necessary, or design your worker to handle sig term instead of killing it forcefully. Sends sig term instead of terminate. Exit versus sys exit 0. Exit 0 is just an alias for sys exit 0, except exit 0 is meant for interactive use, like in a script. Sys exit are commanded for use inside programs. Yes, OS get PID returns process ID assigned by the OS. And then to get the parent process ID, use get PPID. What does setGroup do? It makes the calling process the leader of a new process group. This means that signals sent to the parent won't automatically propagate to the child processes unless explicitly sent to the process group. Set process group alone does not propagate signal. You must manually send the signal. Not propagate SIGINT automatically. Let's manually send the signal using kill process group. Does not propagate SIGINT automatically. You must manually send the signal using process group. Well, yeah, that seems. Yeah, I mean, I would assume that. How does OS kill process group? OS PGID, OS get PID signal. Sigterm work. OS PGID, OS get PID. It's the process group ID of the current process. OS kill PGID signal sigterm, send sigterm to all processes and then killing them. Sigterm does it gracefully. So then we have port signal, multiprocessing, port time. Name is equal to main. Set process group. Create a new process group for the parent and children. Create a new process group for the parent and children. Process equals processing process target worker range of 3. Process start. Okay, that's a cool way to start the processes, but yeah. P start times sleep 3, sending sigterm to process group. OS kill process group. Get process group ID. OS get process ID. So you have to get the process ID to get the process group ID, and then the group ID, which is the first argument to process group, and the second is going to be the actual signal that you send, and the signal is sig term, and then you do for p and process p join, and then here OS kill process group ensures
still you understand nothing.
all processes in the group receive sig term. And then without set group, only the parent will receive signals like SIGINT. Okay. And then final summary. Sig term is a request to terminate gracefully. Terminate does not allow cleanup, so use sig term when possible. Join ensures child processes are cleaned up properly. Exit 0 and sysexit are similar, but sysexit is preferred in code. PID returns the current process ID. Set group creates a new process group, but does not automatically propagate signals. Right, you still have to. Okay, right. So it doesn't. That is important, yeah, because you can't just use signal.signal. You have to use os.kill process group. Which is like really. So concerning os set p group plus signal.signal wouldn't propagate to child processes. Os.kill what other options are there aside from os.killpg that might be useful? And then, so a good solution would be to use set process group plus os.kill pg for killing all processes upon Control-C. But wouldn't we have to have a signal set up with the os kill pg inside of it? Or could we just put the os.kill pg inside of an exception handling? So why doesn't signal set group automatically propagate signals to child processes? When you use when you use set process group, creating a process group, meaning the parent and also one child process are now in the same group. Signals sent to the parent like SIGINT from Control-C are not automatically propagated. This is because signals in Unix are only delivered to the process. Oh yeah. Signals in Unix. Does this not apply to Windows? Isn't Unix an OS? Maybe I'm wrong about that. I thought Unix. I never really used Unix. Fuzzy on that. Let's see. When you use OS set process group, you create a new process group, meaning the parent and also one child process are not the same group. Signals are not away. This because signals in Unix are only delivered to the process that receives them unless explicitly sent to a group. Are only delivered to the process that receives them unless explicitly sent to a group. So each person can receive the parent gets signal, but the child keeps running, even though you have a set group. The child doesn't receive the signal unless explicitly sent. If OSKill BG isn't ideal, consider sending sig term to each child. So if you want per process control and then using terminate, speed terminate, the primitive doesn't matter, clean up. So don't use terminate, use sig instead, basically. Using a cure event to tell workers to exit. Multiprocessing import process event, import time, if worker stop event. Some workers need control nodes. A good solution using set group plus OS. Call OS set process group to create process group. Use signal SIGINT handler and parent. Inside the handler, call OS KLPG to send SIGINT to all processes. Okay. Got it. Why this works well, pressing Control C sends SIGINT to the parent signal handler, send the SIG term to all processes in the group. Each child can handle SIG term if needed. Can we put OSKLPG inside an exhibit handler? Yes, but only in specific cases. Except a keyword interrupt. This only works inside the main thread. Okay. If a worker process is stuck in a function, it won't exit cleanly. This doesn't work well when you have child processes. Signal is better because it works asynchronously and applies outside loops. Okay. So why OSSet group is useful? It creates a new process group allowing OSKLPG to kill everything. OSKill is better than manually killing each process. It ensures all processes are killed with one command. Avoids missing a process due to race conditions. Ensures all processes are killed with one command. Avoids missing a process due to race conditions. Best way to handle Control C with multiprocessing. Use signal SIGINT handler. Inside the handler, use OSKLPG. SIG term. This ensures all child processes exit properly. Okay. So let's put this in. After we create a process group in the main process, then we do what? So we create the process group in the main process, and then we would call signal passing target function, which contains os.kill p group or whatever it is. The best way to handle control C with multiprocessing. Use signal.sigint handler. Inside the handler, use OS PG. And yeah, we just set the. Okay. So for the best way to handle control C method you gave, provided we wouldn't need to call signal.signal in each child process, right? Man, so this is all irrelevant because this is for Unix instead of Windows. You gotta be kidding me, dude. I don't believe it. I'm gonna try it anyway. I feel like it's... Man. Uses related operating systems, but it's more of a family of operating systems that follow a common standard. Linux, Mac OS, and BSD are Unix-like systems. Windows is not Unix-based, which handles process signals differently. The best method must be modified. On Windows, you should use signal in the parent process. Instead of kill PG, use terminate on each child, and no need to call signal inside of child process. They don't receive SIGINT anyway. Instead of OS kill PG, use terminate on each child. Okay, So you have to do for PM process terminate. So we would have to do signal in, then we would have to have the handle sig and target function, and it's going to iterate through the processes and do p terminate. Subprocess instead of no. Why would I want that? Does are you sure? Process group and os.kill doesn't work in Windows. Is there any why process groups don't work on Windows, and what alternatives you have? Single process group. Set group does nothing, it's ignored. Kill process group does not exist because Windows is not using style process groups. Windows uses job objects instead of process groups for managing multiple processes. Alternative for Windows, subprocess create new process group. When using subprocess p open, you can set create new process group to manage child processes together. This allows task, kill, or terminate process to act on multiple processes. So would it be cleaner to use? Wait, we don't use subprocess. We don't use subprocess. Why OSKill is limited on Windows? OSKill is considered various signals. Windows only supports SIGTERM, which is translation to terminate process. There's no SIGKill on Windows. Better process termination on Windows. Use PATGL to find and kill chat processes properly. Sure. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. We can't use this group. Stupid ass. Well, I should have known when I saw okay. So we're gonna do signal SIGINT, signal handler, and then we're gonna define it. So then we're gonna do def signal handler, and then we're gonna say for p in processes Yeah, ChatGPT's tripping right now, bro. So let's test it. It's still hanging though. It's not. It's still something's. What? Where is? What's going on here? So it's hanging on the acquire. I think it's hanging on the acquire because it only gets like I'm gonna come back after lunch and figure this out. Alright, so I'll be right back. Well, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna go eat lunch, and it's just not working out for me here to get this getting this process ended. Something's hanging. That's what they call it, hanging or whatever. Like it's something is still going that's causing this to not actually like end. Maybe it's the maybe the main process is still running, like, but it's never it's never getting to this point. It's only like, is it the while loop? It might be this while loop. It might be that. We probably need to change it from while true to like something else, you know? Like, um, I'm assuming, I think this might be the problem. Because I don't think it's in the child process. I think it's in in this process. I think it's stuck in this while loop. I suspect that. I'll figure that out and I'll be back.